back with us to Somerset Place for another episode of our series about archaeology and restoration. After the small slave quarter was rebuilt in 1997, site manager Dorothy Sproul Redford sought additional reconstructions to better interpret the lives of the enslaved community. 2 buildings were targeted by January 2001, the Plantation Hospital and the large slave quarter. But any construction project would destroy the original brick foundations, so a team of archaeologists from the Diachronic Research Foundation and the Historic Sites section set out to record and dismantle the building remains. Each structure had 14 brick piers and 2 chimney bases, which the team thoroughly documented with photographs, drawings, and notes. Then they dismantled the features one layer at a time until they could excavate the soil beneath the piers and chimneys. Finally, crew members transported the recovered building materials to storage. The project was hampered by poor draining of the loamy gray clay, which quickly became a muddy mess since the groundwater level was barely a foot below the surface. Archaeologists found that even though the hospital and large slave quarter were similar in size and shape, there is considerable variation in the details of the surviving brickwork. Virtually every detail of the construction of the individual elements is different. At the hospital, the team documented and removed the brickwork and modern cement that William Tarleton added atop the piers and chimneys for interpretive purposes in the 1950s. What remained of the original piers were fairly uniform and made of mostly fragmentary, soft, red to orange, hand-molded, low-fired bricks bound by clay mortar. Archaeologists found that the north chimney base had buttressed walls on the inside and outside, along with 2 layers of cypress planking underneath the bricks for added stability. The chimney was notable for the lengths taken by the builders to stabilize it. The south chimney, though similar in size and construction to the north chimney, was not built on a wooden plank base, and it showed evidence of repair work done in the late 19th century. Both chimneys were built in large rectangular pits just large enough to contain them, where the builders laid the bricks or planking on a prepared clay surface. Meanwhile, the team discovered that the bricks at the large slave quarter were likely from a different maker, since they were mostly yellow with little sand. They didn't hold up as well to the weathering and were much more damaged. The piers were notable for their variation. Nearly every one is different. 2 of them had wood planking underneath, and overall, the piers were less substantial than those found in the hospital. As for the chimney bases at the large slave quarter, archaeologists found that whole or half bricks were used on the face of the chimneys to create an even appearance, while the core was built with fragments of various sizes. The 2 bases were also buttressed on the back side only, and they were both constructed atop cypress planks, although those under the east chimney were noticeably decomposed. Lastly, the team took samples from the wood planking at both buildings for dendrochronology dating. The results were inconclusive, but the samples were preserved for future research. When the project ended in February 2001, the building sites were not only thoroughly documented, but also clear for reconstruction, a process we'll cover in our next 2 videos. While you wait, click subscribe and ring that bell to receive notifications of our latest uploads. Until next time, thanks for watching.